We feel extremely desperate. We feel terrified at the uncertainty of how much longer we or anyone will have to live like this. Like this being having to ignore our own feelings and act as an instrument of somebody else's desire in order to continue surviving. Or, if we want to be a lot more well off, we could be one of the ones whose desire is forced onto others. We're talking about capitalists, to be clear. People who create physical insecurity trying their best to remove humans' ability to be self-sustaining. So that humans need to participate in the economic system in order to survive. And do so desperately. And then, as the holders of economic resources, offer as little as possible economic resources to humans in order for them to do whatever work they deem will make them the most economic profit in return. Most resources. It's manipulation, plain and simple. and it's manipulation with a fairly self-serving goal. I don't mean self-serving as in selfish. I mean self-serving as in all that the system does is feed into itself. All that making money gets you is more money. And the only reason that you can do things with that money is because the physical insecurity has been created and maintained. The whole system relies on humans who work because otherwise they will starve. Who sell their labor because having money is the only way to continue living when this particular kind of physical insecurity has been created. Humans have, and for a long time have, had more than enough resources to freely feed, clothe, and house each other. They have that now, and they have had that for a long time. If you think that you don't deserve to have those basic needs met unless you work, you are believing what the capitalist wants you to believe. Because if enough humans in the right places stop believing that not everyone deserves to live, to survive, then there won't be humans who sell their labor because otherwise they'll starve. And when that happens, the whole thing will start to collapse. And the capitalists at the very top will soon no longer be able to purchase large vehicles and sports teams and things like that. And the humans who were before struggling in poverty will be able to eat and have shelter. And there are many times more humans in poverty than there are humans who can, on a whim, buy large vehicles and sports teams. A lot of humans are thankfully starting to realize this. But it still feels like the change couldn't come fast enough, which is why we make videos like these. Why we make art. Why we work on ourselves emotionally. Why we are going through great trouble to learn to stand in our truth and be assertive. When there is a time than that when that was perhaps the most terrifying thing in the world to us. So we're just waiting for that. We're waiting for that critical point when the capitalists really start to lose their ability to manipulate the rest of humanity. And we are adding our voice to the crowd in hopes that this tiny bit seen by however few people might be a part of the tipping point. Like like at the end of the film Horton Hears a Who, when Jojo does his final yop and that that small amount added was enough to break through the clouds. And let their voice be heard.